Hello, everybody. How are you? And welcome to Spiritually Raw. And as always, thank you so much for your energy exchange with us today. And we hope you woke up the most miracle morning, the most fortunate day today. Our good fortune is that we have Trish Schwenkler here.
Today, we hope you will see miracle morning.
So many of you know that we are
Today, our good fortune is that we have Schwenkler here. We hope you will see miracle morning. That we are today.
hold
Our
on.
good fortune is that we have
These
Schwenkler here.
speakers up anywhere? Trish, can you hear us?
There you go.
Let me get.
Hang on
Hold on one second, guys. We're gonna bring her back.
Reset that. Hang
We're
on
bringing her
one
back.
second. We're gonna reset the stream.
Hang on one second. We're gonna bring her back. We're bringing her back.
We just need that. We're getting you. We're getting you. We just need you to turn your speaker off. Hold on.
Hold on, everyone.
We're getting there. Anyway, everybody, so while we're waiting for our featured guest who's turning off our speakers, we are here to talk about the 5D economy again. And then we really brought on Trish Schwenkler here to help us with that. And I want you to hear her story. This is absolutely incredible. Let's see if we got that nailed down there.
Turn off your speakers. They're saying.
So this is beautiful because we're getting in there. This must be...
Her husband, Bob.
Hey, Bob, how are you? There you go.
There we go.
All right, cool. Can you all hear us? You can hear us? Okay, great. Okay, cool. All right. So now, as soon as we bring our guest back on, we'll go ahead and get started. But everybody, we wanted to bring on, that's Bob right there. He's doing technical support for Trish to get the show going here. So we'll be going here on a little bit. Hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy?
Good morning, everybody. People. What a beautiful Friday. It's Friday, right?
Yeah,
today's Friday. It's a beautiful day. I lose track. I don't even know if it's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
So, Bob, are you gonna be jumping in on the interview with us today, my friend?
No, I just help get
Bob, are you gonna be jumping in and jumping in on the interview with us today?
There's a 3-second delay.
Are you gonna be jumping in and jumping in on the interview with us?
Close all your windows.
Close all your close the YouTube window that you're on because you're listening to us play. So you'll actually have YouTube open right now, is what it is.
Hang on, everybody.
We're getting there, everybody.
Technical difficulties, but nothing we can't get by. Good morning, proud Texas lady. And of course, our brother Mike Schmidt. We love you. We love all of you. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. We are looking forward to a super fun show today. And you're going to see why in just one momento.
As soon as we get there. So anyway, how's everybody going there today? Proud Texas lady, good morning to you. Yes, I know we're fixing the feedback. Don't worry, we're getting there, everybody. This is the beauty of live. Okay, all good here. Grand Rising.
Good morning, everyone.
All right,
you got that right. Thank God it is Friday.
All right, let's say we can give this a go. So basically, if our guests can hear us, we just need our guests to turn the YouTube off, and so we can just hear her on the StreamYard. All right, Trish, can you hear us there?
But she can't. She just got to turn the volume. You got to turn the volume. You got to turn your volume up now. She's used to Zoom. Okay, hold on. I wonder if we should reset it, Jay.
Let's see here. All right,
Good
hey
morning
Stuart.
from the UK.
All right, everybody, they're lining up for you. No worries, no pressure. All right, hang tight, everybody. We're going to help our guests with some technical support here. Let's do that. Why don't you call and help her?
On the telephone, yeah.
Hang tight. We'll be right back with you. Just hang tight. You're not going to want to miss this.
Can you just, hold on.
Okay, Trish, can you hear us now? Okay, now can you speak so we can hear you?
Can you hear me?
All right, everybody. It
It's
looks like we
working,
got
it's
a show.
working.
here.
Can you speak so we can hear you?
Okay, we still
Can
have
you hear me?
All right, everybody. It looks like we got a show.
feedback in your end somehow.
Can you speak so we can hear you?
Yeah.
Okay, we still
Can
have.
you hear me?
All right, everybody. It looks like
You
we
might
got a
want to
show.
mute when you're not talking.
Hang on. I'm
Can
trying
you
to.
speak so we can hear you?
You might want to mute.
Can you hear me?
when you're
I don't know
not
how to
talking.
mute. I don't know how to mute.
Hang on.
Hold on, everybody.
All right. So anyway, we're gonna answer. I'm gonna ask some questions right here while our guest is figuring out technical
Oh, wait,
stuff there.
let's tell you who our guest is first while she's.
So as far as I know,
we're
it's
gonna answer. I'm gonna ask some questions right here while our guest is figuring out technical
Oh,
stuff
wait,
there.
let's tell you who our guest is
am I trying to
first.
figure out? So as far as I know,
We're
it's
gonna ask some questions right here while our guest is figuring out technical
Oh,
stuff
wait,
there.
let's tell you who our guest is
Is
first.
the window open on your end?
as far as I know, it's
It's open, or there's something that's looping on your end that's given
Can
the.
she close it out and come back in?
I'm not. Yeah. I mean, you can try that. That's. All right, hang tight, hang tight. Yep, I know that's it. Yeah, there's an extra device on. If you can
Yeah.
hear us, Trish, there's an extra device somewhere around you that's on right now that's giving the feedback. So somehow, some way, it's either on your phone, on your cell phone, on one of your phones, on one of your computers.
Hmm. She's saying all the windows are closed.
There's an extra device on.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, anyway, Michelle, I'm a new subscriber under Mr. Trumptastic. Congratulations. He's a great guy to be subscribed to and
Yes, he
also to be
is.
part of. And I'm excited to get my stuff and get started. How do I do that? Okay, how do I do that? How many subscribers do I need to pay for my own month supply? So,
Not about subscribers.
yeah. It's just as many people that you want to enroll under here. We're going to go into that here in a minute.
We promise you we will answer that question, and it's a lot less than I promise you're probably thinking.
Oh,
And it
hang
has
on.
absolutely nothing to do with the amount of subscribers you have or you don't have. All right, hang on there. Let's hold on one more second. Okay. All right.
Okay, you want to try this again? Let's see where you're at. Okay. Video froze. Okay, hang on, guys. There you go. Okay, so they jumped off of that.
No, she's right there.
No, no, no.
Do you want to? Can you talk to her without putting her back in the stream?
Okay, not now. Okay, how's this? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, let me hear you.
Can you hear me? I'm in Boise, Idaho.
All right.
Okay.
You ready to roll?
Yeah.
All right, cool. We are live. All right, everybody, we're getting everything out of the way. I love the live broadcasting. This is amazing. All right, cool. Trish, we are live right now. Thank you very much for being here. That's cool. Everybody got to kind of work through that. And see, this is why you want to be in the 5D economy, okay? So you can just have people take care of all the stuff for you.
Or be married to a wizard.
Or be married to a wizard is even better, because sometimes this stuff just sucks trying to deal with it. Okay, everybody, welcome, and thank you again for your energy exchange with us today. We have a fantastic guest with her. Mrs. Trish Schwenkler is here with her, and she is the embodiment with her husband, who we saw was there. He's like, well, you deal with this, right? We watched all that cool stuff. But they are the embodiment of what we've been really coining as the 5D economy, okay? And what we mean by that is that you do not have to die, and you do not have to just, get into these different states to be able to access a level of wealth and a level of inspiration, a level of a lifestyle that you are looking for in today's world. So,
who is Trish Schwenkler?
Yes.
That is the million. Actually, that's not the $1 million question. It's the $10 million question. Her and her husband were the first ever, and I don't even know if I don't think anybody's gotten there since, to hit the $10 million ASEA club. So I don't know about you, but that's pretty incredible.
Water, honey.
Really excited to hear about their journey, how they did it, how they're sustaining it, and just to learn their experiences. So again, Trish, welcome to the show. We're excited to have you on today and to hear about how you got to where you're at.
Well, it's a pleasure and an honor to be here. And I just met you guys this morning, Jay and April, and just saw your Spiritually Raw website for the first time. And I just feel like I resonate with you. And with, everything that I've seen so far. And just, really grateful to be here. And there are 3 $10 million club earners in ASEA at this point. Myself, Denny Robinson, and Sue Brenchley. So...
But you're here first, and that's what matters the most right now. You're here first. You're the first $10 million one we've met.
I'm just happy to be here. It's all
we're happy to have you here. And thanks for this, because this is so important right now, because so many people are still waiting for that day or that moment or that something that comes in from the clouds that parts the seas and says, once that all happens, yada, 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 then, you get your wealth. And that doesn't have to be that way, everybody. You can go out and claim it right now. These two are the embodiment of that. And they've done it, and they're here to say that it is available right now. So a little backstory, if we can, about you, Trish. Now we obviously are talking about ASEA, everybody, which is this blue and white that, me and April have been talking about a lot. But from your perspective, what attracted you to this company? And did you come in as let me try this product first, or did you instinctively know that, hey, this is something that, if we connect with it, we need to go to market with it? Like, how did you even frame this out?
Okay, so I have to go back a little further than that. So in 1993, I was introduced to the wonderful world of network marketing. I had zero interest in network marketing. I was a stay-at-home mom with 3 kids. I have a high school education. My friends lived across the street, and they were in MLM, and they'd been talking to me about how much money you could make, and I had zero interest because I didn't want to sell stuff to people. I had a Tupperware party once and I hated it. I'm like, I do not want to sell junk to people, right? But in 1993, someone from another company introduced me to a product that actually helped me with an issue that I had had for 12 years. And when that happened to me, my whole paradigm shifted. It wasn't about money. It wasn't about MLM. It was about, this is miraculous and people need to know about it. And all of my life, ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to be like my aunt, who was a missionary in Brazil. And I wanted to do good things for people, and I wanted to change the world. And I just, in 1993, I'm like, this is how I can do it. And I just felt in total alignment with my purpose and with my mission and with everything that I had always wanted to do with my life. So anyway, that's kind of how my journey started. And when you say the parting of the Red Seas, I'm not a super big biblical person, but I am, I went to parochial school when I was young and stuff like that. And so, I love the parting of the Red Seas, but I always tell people, well, at least in my case, overnight success took me almost 30 years, right? So, it wasn't exactly the parting of the Red Seas instantaneously, although the Red Seas did part, obviously. And so anyway, I was with my first company for 15 years. I came with zero business experience, a very small circle of influence. Back in those days, we didn't have the internet or anything like that. And and at that time, my husband, who has an engineering degree from Johns Hopkins University, he lost his corporate job. And so, I started, by myself, but then through things that happened, he joined me as kind of the background guy. And we actually became one of the top 10 earners in our first company. The first year we spent more than we made. The second year we started making some okay money. The third year, and you guys are way faster. I mean, you have this incredible circle of influence. Now we have this incredible technology, called the internet, which helps people move along a lot faster. And I hope I'm not diverting too much. But anyway, we stayed with that company for 15 years. And what happened was the first 8 years were fantastic. The last 7 years, everything went downhill, mostly because of corporate decisions, not because of anything that we were doing. And so after 15 years, we made the difficult decision to leave that company. And I went searching for a new company to align myself with. At that point, my husband hadn't been in corporate America for 10 years. He was in his 50s. Who's going to hire him? I've never done anything in my life except for raise my 3 children and do network marketing, right? So I searched for a year and a half for a company and a product that I could believe in with every fiber of my being. And during that time, I joined 5 different companies looking for something that I could believe in. And even though we'd made a good income with our previous company, we had read the wrong books and followed the wrong advice. And we had leveraged ourselves too much in real estate and things like that. In 2009, the economy faltered. We had huge bank payments and not enough to pay them. And so, I was kind of really desperately searching and praying for a new company. During that time, I joined 5 different companies and was only with them for a matter of months. And then, my friend Ellen Noble always says, joining a company is kind of like buying a house without being able to go inside and look at it first, right? And so then you're in the company and you're like, this isn't a fit for me, right? And I'd almost given up. I almost thought, I'm going to have to lose everything that I've, my home, my cabin in the mountains in Idaho, the commercial properties we'd invested in. And I was like, if that's what my life is supposed to be, live in an apartment and be a waitress like my mother, then I'm resigned to that. But if I'm supposed to do something, in alignment with my mission and my calling, please show me the way. And that day I received a text about ASEA. And I haven't heard your story of how you were introduced to ASEA, but when I read that text, I knew that I had found something remarkable, something miraculous, something that was beyond imagination, something that was beyond definition. And I read everything about it I could. I spoke with Alan Noble, who's now my sponsor. Oh, yeah, I'm sure if you've watched some of the ASEA videos. And I was invited to Salt Lake City to meet with the founder, Bertus Norton, who at that time was actively running the company. But before that, Alan sent me a case of ASEA. So the ASEA arrives at my doorstep, and I'm driving around town. I'm not home. So my husband, Bob, opens it, smells it, calls me on the phone and says, forget ASEA. We are not going to do this. Nobody that we know is going to drink something that smells like this. And I came home and I smelled the bottle. I'm like, you're right. Nobody we know is going to drink this stuff. And I called Alan. I said, Alan, we're not coming to Salt Lake. We don't want to meet the founders. Nobody that we know is going to drink anything like this. But for whatever reason, I drank 2 ounces of ASEA, according to the label at that time. And 20 minutes into my conversation with Alan, and this doesn't happen to everybody, but I'm a pretty sensitive person on a lot of different levels. 20 minutes into my conversation, something happened to me. And what happened is that I just felt all the tension and stress just drain out of my body and probably out of my mind, and who knows what else. And I said to Alan, can this stuff work this fast? And he said, for some people it does. And ever since that experience, I've just known how special ASEA is, and just have seen tens of thousands of miracles around the globe from people who are using this incredible bioactive stabilized redox signaling technology. And I fell in love with ASEA 12 years ago, 13 years ago, and I'm still in love with it. And the amazing thing to me is that no one else in the world, in all these 13 years that ASEA has been in business, has been able to find a way to produce bioactive, stabilized redox signaling molecules outside of the body except for ASEA. To me, that's a miracle. I mean, in today's world, anything can be copied, right? But not ASEA. Yeah, go ahead, April.
Which makes, from my perspective, makes me believe that much more that, the universe literally handpicked who they wanted to sponsor, utilize, figure out the knowledge of this product, because it could have been so easily dropped in the wrong hands and none of us would be here to talk about it today.
Yeah.
So I believe from a past life experience, incarnation, whatever people want to call it, that this was all destined. It was all predetermined before any of the founders or any of the chemists even got here. They were all up in the heavens and said, you know what, when we get down below, we're all going to meet again. And it's going to be the most incredible experience, because we're going to be able to bring the most amazing life-altering cell rejuvenation to the world that they've never seen before. So I really believe that it was all predestined, because it could have ended up in the wrong hands.
It's like you get to hit the reset button on life, and this is it's a really cool experience from that. I mean, just our quick experience on this, Trish, is that's kind of what it felt. It's like it just boom turns the lights right on, and then there you get to go again. When you connected with this and got the feeling and you got the moment, and then you went to market, I want to talk about that with you if I can for a minute again, because you and your husband have just achieved incredible success with this, and it's really not about just you and him. It's about you becoming abundant because you helped other people become abundant.
Absolutely.
And that's really what the 5D economy, as we talk about, is. It's really about becoming abundant by helping other people become abundant. And this couple has done that just at such a stellar level. And we're really privileged to have you here to talk about that. Tell us a bit about that, because you talked about network marketing before as a model. There's so many stigmas as it relates to network marketing, as you know. What was your thought process? What was your and what do you say to those people here in today, 2022, as we stand here? What do you say to those people who still have that thing with them, like, oh, it's one of those, it's one of these again? I mean, like, how do you even how do you reconcile that in your mind, and what do you even say as a response to that?
So I really don't see myself as a salesperson. I see myself as as just like a conduit of healing and blessing coming to the world, and that's what I always ask for, just let me be a conduit. And so I'm like not into answering objections and having scripts and things like that. I mean, some people are and they do really well with it, and I think that's great. But for me, I'm just looking for people who have the consciousness to kind of resonate on the level that they can get the message. And obviously, a lot of people know you could talk till you're blue in the face. You could tell them, what a great business model network marketing is. You could explain that, how salt and water is transformed by this miraculous technological process into stabilized bioactive redox signaling molecules. And you could talk till you're blue in the face, and they're not going to hear you, because let them that have ears to hear, right? And so the key for me has been, I learned a long time ago, share with everyone you meet. We used to have the 3-foot rule. Now in today's world, I guess it's the 6-foot rule. I don't know. It's like talk to anyone within 3 feet of you about your product and your company. Of course, now we have access to so many more people through the internet. So to me, it's just a numbers game. It's like, share with everyone as best you can, ask to be a conduit of blessings and healing for other people, and then just kind of sort out the people like you who have the consciousness to hear the message and not to get all caught up in these preconceived ideas about, network marketing or anything else, if that makes sense.
I don't think you could have said that absolutely any better, because we couldn't agree anymore. We coach and train people and help people along the way, and our message to them is always the same all the time. There is no selling. And the last thing in the world you want to do is sell it. No one wants to be sold, first of all. But everybody is open to listening to your experience. And I think, and this is helping answer one of the questions that came up earlier, about, somebody made a comment about, well, how many subscribers do I have to have on YouTube to get my free product? It's not about how many subscribers you have or don't have. It's about how much can you open your throat chakra and open your heart and express how you're feeling. And I love what you said, that when you took that initial first shot, it literally lit you up, and you were like, you felt it instantaneously. And the very first show that Jay and I did with very first show we did about ASEA, we invited Dr. David Silverman and Danielle on the show, and we named the show The Elixir of the Gods, because I can't think of anything more appropriate to call it. And a lot of the YouTubers are now catching this ASEA wave. And one of them actually has also affectionately called it GPS, the God Spark Particle.
Wow.
Yes, God Power Spark. Sorry about the GPS, God Power Spark, which is really like what happened to you when you took that shot. It was like literally you had this energy force that came in to your consciousness, and you were like, there's something to this.
Yeah, exactly.
Something to this.
Yeah.
We've been blessed with the ability to be able to light up and activate something in us, and I'm not a scientist, so I don't exactly know what it was. I just feel good. So
exactly.
and that's all I care about, to be honest with you. So that's it. So is that it makes me feel really good, and I know it sounds like a cliche. I'm 51. I feel like I'm in the body of a 20-year-old because of this. And so this activates something. So what I noticed that also happens is it helps, for those watching out there too, is it helps you vibrate at a very high state. And then if you take a look at the concept of the law of attraction, if you would, it takes one vibrating at a high state to attract that into their life, right? So this is what does that. So it's kind of like a twofold thing. It's like, guess what? You get something that gets you ready for the game. It gets you ready for the game of life. It gets you ready for abundance. It gets you ready for the most incredible reset on your life. So you take this, step one, and then boom, you vibrate high. And I'm seeing this, and which is pretty amazing, because we've been in a lot of different things, Trish, is that I've never seen anything like this at all. Okay. We are getting people, the most unassuming people in the world that have purchased the product, all day long are constantly calling up and they're emailing us, hey, do I have a link that I can share with someone? Do I have a link that I can do this? This one I want to do this. People are automatically doing this. This is why we really want to stress to people, when you do try this, it's that switch is going to turn on almost by itself for the most part. There won't be any selling. It'll be like, okay, guess what? Life just changed for me. And it'll be that kind of conversation that you'll be having with people. And I think if you take it as like we did, and I'm quite sure you did, which was a responsibility. You know, we really approached this because we were like, when we first started taking it, it took us about 3 months before we said, no, I don't want to tell anybody we've been doing this. And then finally it was like, you know, we just, you know, we have the show, and we just felt like as a responsibility. And I think I feel like that's what's happening with a lot of people right now. Did you get that, like, as a responsible level? Is that how you saw things too?
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's unconscionable that every doctor's office in every hospital in the world doesn't have redox signaling molecules in their tool bag. I mean, my nephew, we were on a barbecue. He was barbecuing the hamburgers. For some reason, he wasn't paying attention. He put his hand flat on the hot barbecue. We immediately applied redox signaling molecules, and we kept doing it like every couple of minutes for like probably an hour. His hand never burned. It never blistered. It never even turned red. He had zero pain. And it's only because of the global censorship of health information that people are deprived of this incredible information that can transform the inside of your body, the outside of your body, that can, you know, over time, I think it kind of depends on where a person's at. You know, it transforms people's consciousness, transforms, you know, their mood, which is a really big deal. And I usually don't tell my 20-minute story because I don't want people to be disappointed if they don't experience an awakening in the first 20 minutes, you know, like, I don't know your whole story, but I do know that if people use ASEA consistently for 90 days, that 90% of people will have some type of noticeable experience. Some people very quickly, like me. Some people, you know, I knew a guy who broke his neck in Australia, and he started noticing some changes in his skin. So he kept using the products, but it wasn't until I think it was the 6th month that he woke up one day, and all that debilitating agony that he'd been in for years since his accident, he woke up one day and it was completely gone. But it took 6 months of using the product consistently. So I forget what the question was.
That was great. That was spiritual.
Yeah.
Whatever you said was great.
As far as the burn, Jay and I live in Florida, and it just so happens right now we've been in South Florida for a long part of the summertime. Mm-hmm. And I mentioned on a show before that this year, when I said before we got here, I said I refuse to put sunscreen on my body ever again. And I really believe that is the cause of why people are getting skin cancer, is because they're gooping all this toxins, this thick toxins on their skin.
Clogging
they can't breathe, and all that
stuff.
chemical. So I said, I don't care. I'm going to test it. I'm not going to do it. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to try just putting the ASEA all over me instead of sunscreen. I had really no idea what to expect. And lo and behold, I have not gotten any sunburn. Yeah. I'm 55 today. I have no wrinkles on my body. And I feel great. My skin's never been in such excellent shape in the dead of summer. And something else that you said before with Jay and I, you know, you don't really know our experience and when did we start to feel this incredible energy force pretty much right away. We were on a lot of other supplements because being on YouTube, we get sent very high-end products, people asking us to try it out, so forth and so on, which is great. But we were taking so much stuff.
And you could never figure out what was working ever. Because there's so much stuff and it's so frustrating. So you still keep taking stuff just to take it because they're like, okay, well, if I remove this, that might be the missing link.
And then we decided at the 3-month point, we need to stop taking everything else to make sure. We needed a guarantee to know how we are feeling is coming specifically from this blue bottle. So we stopped everything else. And within the first days, we knew 100% that this is where it was coming from.
Yeah. I mean, you meet people who they're like, something made from salt water from Salt Lake City. And they, I always tell people, if you have any doubt that this is not just expensive salt water, like the pharmaceutical bloggers would want you to believe, if you get a cut or a burn, if you cut your finger and you stick it in a shot glass or something with ASEA in there, the blood will immediately start to coagulate. You'll see healing happen. Well, we're not allowed to say that our product heals or cures anything, but you will see the body heal itself in a way that normally would take days, only takes hours. And things that should take weeks, or months, take much shorter. So, the redox signaling molecules have this incredible ability to empower the body to heal itself at a very deep level and very quickly. But you can prove that to yourself if you get any type of injury by using these molecules immediately, and then continue to apply them for a half hour, an hour, or whatever. But yeah, pretty amazing and pretty remarkable. And ASEA is now in 35 countries. They've done millions and millions of dollars of sales. They've never spent one penny on advertising. Every year they've experienced year-over-year growth. And, people are like, well, I don't believe this. Well, you know what? You got to be like brain dead if you can't just even see the numbers. Like, how could this happen? By word of mouth, even before the days, when the internet was really big, ASEA was growing and growing and growing. Just people would call their friends in different countries, different cities, different states, and say, you gotta learn about this stuff. You gotta experience these amazing redox signaling molecules. So I agree with you that everyone who's with ASEA was chosen to be here. You look at the thin threads of coincidences that have happened in your life to bring you to where you are. And so anyway.
Yeah. What is really great about this is that not only have they come up with the ability for us again to hit the reset button on life for so many people, but they've really been able to again give access to people to say, hey, you know what, you can be abundant with this, and let's take this breakthrough technology. I don't know if anything, I don't know, and again, I'm not a scientist, but I've never felt anything like this, and I think a lot of people feel the same way. And that this kind of technology you can get to market and you can share it with people and you can do this. And I always say this too, Trish, to like people that are healers or psychics or spiritual guides or whatever, you in today's world 2022, there's just so much different energies out there, and you don't know if you're getting discernment. I mean, you don't know what's happening. People don't know what's happening. This, I believe, for us, right, would you say? And I could tell you, like, the people that I know that are using it, that are in that world, they absolutely say that this raises their level of discernment, where they know that they're giving the most accurate information to their clients, the people that rely on them the most. So if you're in that business and your business is guiding people at that kind of core level, that level of where, there's that abstract, but they need someone to help get to the other side. This, in my opinion, if it isn't already and you're on your shelf, is a must. It really should be, I mean, just to be able to just open up what's there.
Again, the reason why, for everyone that is listening, why Jay and I are so passionate about this is to help others break this bondage, this mental bondage of having this idea that you're waiting for something to happen before you create your prosperity. You're waiting for the big bang. You're waiting for some divine flash. You're waiting for some astrological or cosmic something or other to come down from the sky that's going to magically erase everything that's happening today, and boom, there's the new world. It doesn't work like that. Okay? It's consciousness. It's your own consciousness. If you have a low consciousness, that is what is creating the world, your own world. if you're raising your vibration and you're doing things to keep your vibration raised throughout the day, that's how you're going to create the higher 4D, 5-dimensional lifestyle that we are all wanting. So it starts here. It starts in the mind to understand that this, what everyone is hearing of a 3D, 4D, 5D, it's a level of consciousness. It's a level of consciousness. No one's here that's going to come down from above and wave a magic 5D wand and poof all the sun in, you're in 5D. It does not work like that. First of all, you have to clear up your 3D life to get to a 4D consciousness so you can keep raising that vibration to 5 and higher. Who knows, on this earth plane, how high we can go. It's all up here. It's all level of consciousness.
It's a beautiful thing because this is such like everybody's going to need this. If I would imagine if it's, at some point in time, it'll be one of those things that every household in the world that has technology will be talking about something like this, or the concept of, hey, I got to put this back in my body or else I'm shit out of luck. You know what I mean? And so I think that's going to happen more and more for people. And so why not be part of that trend, right now that is helping people? And then again, along the way, become there. Because if you're in your working years or your accumulation years, if you would, where you physically, spiritually, mentally have the ability to work, and you're complaining about money right now, shame on you. There's no reason that anybody should be complaining about money right now, because there's way too many things right out there. This is not the worst of times. In my opinion, it's the best of times. It really is.
And you know what? If you feel like your life sucks right now, and if you feel like you're living in a prison planet, it is, first of all, it's not a prison planet, so let's clear that up right now. But if your consciousness is telling you, my life sucks and I live in a prison planet, you know what? How about if you jump off of that train and jump on the train of, I create my own reality.
And this will help you get there. This is the whole point behind this exercise today, everybody, is that just get yourself high vibe. Step one, get yourself to a high vibe state. And then I'm telling you what happens from experience is the things just open up. There becomes a better version of you. A newer version of you appears that you've never met. So you get to reacquaint yourself with yourself at a very different level. And then from there, now you get to tap the heart and get connection in that one with the universe. Trish, that's really been our experience with this whole thing. Is really just a very deep connection of meeting a different version of ourselves. I guess I can speak for myself. Is that and then that stream of consciousness with the universe is just, it's there. You know what I mean?
It's like
we're in
crystal
tandem
clear.
now. Yeah.
And everything matters. Everything impacts everything else. Energy begets energy. Success begets energy. So what we see with ASEA is it's not a weight loss product, but a lot of times people take it and they just feel better physically, mentally, emotionally. They start moving around more. The pounds start dropping off. They start craving, better food choices. They're exercising more, and, physical, mental, emotional is all intertwined. And, I don't know if you've heard of Jim Rohn, North America's foremost business philosopher, now deceased. But he says, you know what, if you eat a chocolate bar every day as opposed to an apple every day, what's going to happen? So I'm all about a few simple disciplines practiced every single day, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, that just like you're saying, April, raise that vibration. Oh, I love your, that's great. You can do that. I love John Stinger's comments, by the way. That's really great. And back to what you were saying, Jay, as far as health practitioners and that kind of thing. When you were talking about that, I was thinking about my dear friend, Dr. Aaron Kaufman. He is an osteopathic physician in Albuquerque, New Mexico. He owns the Southwest, I think it's called the Southwest Center for Integrative Medicine. And he's been on the cutting edge of any type of health product. He can prescribe pharmaceuticals, which sometimes he feels that he needs to. Sorry, I'm in my husband's office. I don't have my usual props or my usual things here, and his phone's ringing. But he found ASEA, I believe it was 9 years ago, and he'd been doing everything possible from as an osteopathic physician. And when he found ASEA, he realized that it went beyond anything else that he had ever used before. And what we tell physicians is or physicians, healthcare practitioners, massage therapists, whatever, take your 10 people who, no matter what you do, don't seem to be moving forward. They don't seem to be making the progress that you wish they would make. And, ask each of them to invest in a case or two of ASEA, start drinking on a regular basis, and you'll see absolute miracles with the majority of those people who haven't been making the progress that
idea.
Yeah.
That is an excellent idea.
Yeah. Yesterday, I was on a webinar with this incredible woman from Germany, and she's just creating amazing abundance in her life. She was actually homeless and had zero income, traveling around Europe, really living on the street. She found ASEA, and like you guys, she's very spiritual, really resonated with her. She has created an amazing income. She recently qualified for ASEA's rewards trip to Cyprus. She was able to take her 16-year-old daughter with her. And I'm not saying people should do this, but what she tells people, I don't even think Dr. David Silverman does this, or I don't even know if he knows about it. But this woman's, her name is Simona Horbach, and she tells people, drink at least a half a bottle of ASEA every day from the beginning. And some people, he says, drink a half a bottle to a bottle from the very beginning. Now, sometimes people detox, not usually, but sometimes people do. But she's like, I'm not afraid of that. People need this stuff. And yesterday I talked to this woman, her name was Martina from Germany, and she's an ex-professional swimmer. So now, I don't know, she's probably in her 40s or 50s. I don't want to offend her by saying the wrong age, but she's just in a lot of physical agony because she was a high performing athlete. And she did what Simona said. She drank an entire bottle of ASEA the very first time that she took it. And in 1 hour, her phone rang. She jumped off the couch, which she never does. She usually, has to kind of, adjust herself to get off the couch. In 1 hour, all of the discomfort, all of the agony, all of the physical issues that she'd experienced were absolutely gone. And so I'm not saying that happens to everyone, but I love talking to Simona because she's just bold. She's just like, you need to do this, and you got to do a half a bottle to a bottle. And she's had the most amazing success with people. They're not famous like you guys, but they're just like, you know what? We believe in this stuff, and we got to tell everybody we know and everyone we meet,
Awesome.
She's built a big business in a short amount of time.
I love that too, because that's
that.
the way we approach it. We're like, you know what? Just pull up your big boy pants and girl boy pants and just, power down on this stuff. Don't, power down, shake it off. And then, you'll know that we know, like we wanted to know going into month 2. I understood the theory of, okay, give it 3 months and that's good. But I wanted to know that I know going into month 2. I'm like, I'm keeping this. You know what I mean? I wanted that. And that's that kind of strategy. Like your friend takes, I'm down for that.
Mm-hmm. It's not like you have to do it forever. People are like, well, that gets kind of expensive. She's like, it's your body. It's your body. Why wouldn't you do it? And then sometimes I'm sure people cut down or whatever. But anyway, so my first company I joined because I noticed a physical change. When I found ASEA, I was literally searching and praying for abundance in my life. Like I said, we had read the wrong books, followed the wrong advice. We had leveraged ourselves too much. We had taken on too much debt. And I was searching for abundance. And when I saw this product and I felt what it did for me, and I started seeing, right away what it did for other people that I knew and people that they shared with and they shared with and they shared with. For many years, we had a daily conference call where every single day, we only had the phone back then. We didn't have the internet. Every single day we would have people on just sharing the experiences that they'd had with this remarkable technology. And my mantra from day one in network marketing almost 30 years ago is I accept that a benevolent power is working through me and in me to manifest goodness and abundance in my life and in the lives of others. And I say that before I speak to anyone. I say that before I make a phone call. I say that before I send a text. And, if you just, if you can find a way to know that like you said, Jay, and to have this knowing that you do, that this stuff is real, that it can really impact the lives of so many people on a positive level. And then, just allow yourself to be a conduit of goodness and health and abundance for other people. At least that's how it's been for me in my life, and that's why I love ASEA, and super happy to meet both of you, and really grateful for all you're doing.
Likewise.
And congratulations on going diamond, becoming ASEA diamond within 3 months. I'm not sure that anyone else has achieved such a high level of success in such a short time. And again, it's kind of like the parting of the Red Seas, but you guys have worked on your career a long time. You've been doing what you've been doing for I don't know how many years. So it's like go ahead.
It's been not just what we're doing now in general. Like, I would say everything that Jay and I have ever done.
Like you, it's
together.
The 30-year overnight success model, right?
It's been all a culmination to get us to where we're at now, which is why we are sharing how we're doing it with others so they can cut all the fat out, right?
Yeah.
Don't pay attention to all of the negativity, because people are always going to want to shoot darts at you.
Yeah.
And just know that those darts, they're not coming from here. They're coming from energies down here. And just put up your shield and say, I'm not going there. You're not gonna bring this ship down. This ship is sailing and ain't no stopping it.
And if anybody ever and I inherently believe this, Trish, I inherently believe that everybody in the world that can work and that has the ability to work absolutely loves the concept of the business model. It's just that they haven't been able to prove it to themselves in other previous experiences. So their natural defense system shuts it down and says, that sucks. And that's not what it is, because I believe what sane person in the world wouldn't want to be in a business that I share this, that shares this with this, that I can get compensated up all this networks and do that. I mean, it's in my opinion, it's a blessing to do that. It's what I believe what the heavens have wanted for us, or whatever created us, is the ability to be able to do this and become abundant at that level without the frustration. And again, working with people at that, and you and your husband have done that so well, and we're so blessed to get to have met you today. And we wish you continued blessings, in your life journey. And thank you again for everything you've done and taking time with us. And it's good. It's good to hang out with you today. Really.
And for those of you that are saying, you know what, I'm jumping off the crappy train and I'm getting on the 5D economy train.
It has air conditioning.
Air conditioned and smooth ride everywhere you go. If you want to change your life and make a difference, or maybe you just want to start feeling better, maybe you just want to have a little bit more pep in your step, this is the time to do it. For those of you that are interested and want to learn more, Jake could put it up there. Don't go to the website by yourself.
Yeah,
do not jump off this call and go to the website. Call Jay. Jay. Phone number's right there. All of his links and all of our information and phone number are also in the show description. Let us help you walk through the process and answer any questions along the way.
Yep, and let's help you get abundance so you can help those that rely on you the most, okay? Because it's that time. So just, shake it off. It's the right thing to do right now. If you are complaining about money, now is not the time to do it, because it's really, there's stuff out there, and there's great stuff for you and your family and your loved ones. Trish, again, thank you. God bless you. Whatever you believe in, bless you. And it's been great to spend these minutes with you. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us, as you always do. Numbers there. We're happy to help, and we'll see you all next time. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, John Stinger. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Have a great ASEA day.
You got that right. And together we are turning the universal key to global harmony. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, tune in often. Tell all your friends. And most importantly, may all your 5D dreams come true. Many blessings.